Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 3 of our commentary for Banjo-Kazooie. Last time we completed Mumbo's Mountain, and today we are going to venture into Treasure Trove Cove,
You failed.
the second world of the game. Failed?
Oh god. I said don't get wet.
There he is. It's Nippa.
Also, that shark is terrifying.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna kill him?
Many children were Wait, you can kill Snacky?
Yeah. You can kill
Yeah, I knew you could kill the fish from, like... Okay. I'm an idiot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can kill him the same way with the eggs, and I think also with Wonderwing.
The reverse eggs.
Yeah, only the poop eggs, not the forward juiced eggs.
Uh-huh. So this is the giant enemy crab part of the game.
I never noticed, but his little claws sway with the music.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're like, it's to the beat of the
If
music.
that was intentional, that's pretty cool. Here we have classic Kazooie gets the gang into trouble because of her inability to stop herself from insulting everyone.
It's like it's like if Scooby-Doo was like a show, or I mean, if Banjo was a show like Scooby-Doo.
Well, Dan, if I got a surprise for you.
If Banjo was a show like Scooby-Doo, it'd be like,
Yeah.
what did the gang get into this time? And then the episode title is Kazooie insults a giant crab.
I don't know, but it was probably Kazooie's fault.
Kazooie insults a giant robot.
Hey, wait a minute, where did he go?
Kazooie insults a talking vacuum
That was the
cleaner.
last Banjo game.
Where's Nippa?
I don't know.
Are these his children?
He was just two crabs in a trench coat all this time.
I like that was like just barely out of reach, but like the tip of your hair touched it.
Winner by a hair. Yeah. Love it. So, those of you who have played actually, everybody's played up through Treasure Trove Cove.
Yeah, I've played Treasure Trove.
Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts on this world as like the second world of the game?
I feel like Mumbo's Mountain is a good like introduction world, and this is like the first like here's an actual world what it's gonna be like.
Yeah. Almost to like a weird degree. Like I always thought there was a really big contrast between like the size of Mumbo's Mountain and this one. It's almost like Mumbo's Mountain is like an extension of the tutorial, and this is like where the game really begins.
Yeah.
Because this, just in terms of size and scope, this is a much more involved level.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of places to like crawl into as well. Like it's not all Mumbo's Mountain, apart from like Ticker's Tower and Mumbo's Skull. It's all like in the same space, but Treasure Trove Cove has a lot of little like nooks and crannies to crawl into where you gotta look for stuff.
That and weirder enemies
Like
that you have to think
pirate
about.
ship I'm ignoring. Nope, not anymore.
You can't just ignore a pirate ship.
Also, another fire music track here with the Treasure Trove Cove theme.
Yes.
That was another one that sounded different in the beta. And like I wouldn't trade this theme for anything, but like the beta Treasure Trove Cove actually sounds pretty cool. I would recommend listening to that sometime if you ever are so inclined.
So, in this game, is Kazooie's like bird walk kind of like Lanky Kong's arm walk? Like it lets you get up.
Yes,
yeah.
good.
Oh.
As in, you should never not be doing it because it's just faster.
It's basically what Lanky Kong's arm walk should have been, but like it came before Lanky's arm walk.
Yeah, need I remind the audience that Donkey
it's
Kong
like-
64 came out after this game.
Yeah.
It was worse in every way.
It's like way faster than normal walking,
Oh no.
and it
Wait,
is
you have
like
a
quick to
captain?
take out.
DK64 fans, I'm sorry, I'm not attacking you guys.
So-
it's not as bad as I make
I'm not
it out to
attacking
be.
you guys.
I'm
I'm just attacking your favorite game because it sucks.
I'm just. I'm sorry. That game hurt me. Beavers
Beaver
bothered
bother.
me.
That's all you need to know.
Beavers bother.
That game bothered my
Yes.
beaver.
Whoa!
His name was Jerry. He was a nice lad.
Dan, is there something you need to tell us?
The game ruined him.
I love the irony here that this pirate captain has lost his gold and all that's really happened is that it fell like into the bottom part of his ship.
Yeah.
Well, his ship is also like crashed.
Marooned, yes.
Yeah, but he's not upset about his ship being crashed. He's just upset about his gold being gone.
Wait,
I just remembered, yeah. What's his name? Burpee?
is he a,
Salty?
is he a hippo?
I don't know. Captain Blubber, that's his name.
Captain Blubber.
I was gonna say, I just remembered that the final thing that you see in this game that isn't Gruntilda is Captain Blubber riding off into the sunset on a jet ski. Just randomly. and now that we've established that he crashed his boat and like lost his gold, like I don't know how to feel about that. It's kind of sobering now, like what happened to him after that.
Are Jiggies not also made of gold?
Well, whatever they're made of, they must be edible and or tasty because.
Well, they probably came from
Kazooie loves to eat 'em.
Gruntilda, so they're probably just like plastic with gold paint.
They're probably like made out of her earwax or something.
This is your big chance, chicken legs.
How does a mole teach a bird how to fly? I like to think that he's not actually teaching Kazooie anything here. He's just reminding her, hey, you know you're a bird, right?
She's like, hey, dummy, remember you can fly.
Bottles has lived many lives. He's like really into past life regression, so like he can like tap into like when he was a bird at one point. Bottles is just
He was reincarnated as a tutorial NPC.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Dan, you remember in college when we had that 3D modeling assignment?
Yeah.
And we made the treasure chest from this level?
Yeah, I still have.
That's like dead
I
on,
think that's
dude.
still
That was awesome.
probably in my portfolio.
You should link that image to me so I can
Yeah, I
make a
can
video
do that
comparison.
if I remember.
God, Snacker really is like frightening.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
Well, not only is he a man-eating shark, he's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
Why does he
Yeah,
disappear?
I think that was what made him even scarier, that he just disappears and reappears.
Uh-huh.
Which
Like-
I assume
Yeah.
is supposed to be him, like, you know, like, disappearing and reappearing in, like, the fog of the water or whatever, but, like, it was on the N64.
but he,
Yeah.
but
Well, and you see, Dan, there's the rub. It was on the N64, so they couldn't have the shark like always swimming around in the background. They had to put him away when things got a little hairy.
it's like, to me, I wonder if he was like, he's like an enchanted shark, like he's cursed to haunt this island.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Well, yeah, Gruntilda created him to suffer.
That's true.
That's the explanation for everything. Everyone who isn't Banjo, Bottles, or Kazooie, and Tootie,
Wait,
I
how
guess.
is Bottles getting all over these levels? How's he getting in without the Jiggies, or does he just follow you in?
I don't know, but his brother in the second game has got it figured out because he's got these like mechanical silos that
Yeah.
will just like warp you to all the areas of the game. It's pretty
Yes, best move. Nice.
This was like one of the last Jiggies I got the first time I played this game because
Same.
I don't know. Am I stupid?
No, I
No.
couldn't figure it out either until I just randomly tried the egg move. Because
Until I
you
went
said
to
something
the
about like,
Banjo-Kazooie wiki.
oh yeah, I have a hole that you need to plug up. Maybe with like a pebble or something, which is supposed to make you think like, all right, something that's like a pebble. But no, dumb kid Dan was like, oh, I need to find a pebble somewhere.
I need to find the NPC with googly eyes named Pebbly.
Yeah.
Surely he's here somewhere. I guess the logic is like you plug up the hole with like a small object, but like
Yeah.
I've never seen any media depiction of someone plugging a hole with a. Well, okay, never mind.
Oh, like,
That's not.
Are the letters arranged in different places each time you play?
No, they're always the same. And I always forget where certain letters are.
Wait, don't you?
Also, this is a deep cut that only the people commentating will understand, but this is actually not the first time we've sat through this game together. Who remembers Banjo-Kazooie?
that's what it was.
Oh, I remember.
Where we mistook the orientation of the N and the Z and created a monster known as
I think it was Banjo-Kazooie, or it might have been Banjo, because some behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm stupid and weird, and I always give weird titles to my episode names when I send them to people when we record.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah, I forgot exactly what it was, so I named it Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who remembers our stupid inside jokes from college.
Although I didn't remember that it was from the
the audience
Sandcastle.
watching this.
I thought someone just I remembered the name and that was all. I thought someone just like misspoke when we played before.
Because that's a funny thing, right? Just switching the letters around.
Yeah.
Makes me laugh.
I like that Snacker's music persists up into the tree. It's like,
He just crawls out on a land and climbs up the tree.
I can see him up there. I know he's coming down.
Man. God. I think there actually was, on Cinemassacre, James Rolfe reviewed, like the 40 worst shark movies he ever saw. And the one that won it was, like, about a shark that came onto, like, a giant shark that came onto land and fought, like, against a Metal Gear.
Wow.
Okay, that's kind of awesome.
I remember.
Like, when you put it like that, I don't know how any other movie could have
I
won.
remember one night I convinced my mom wanted to watch a movie with me or something. So I was like, all right, sure. So we were just kind of browsing through the on-demand movies or whatever. And
Dan, was it Sharktopus?
no, I picked out a movie called Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Yes.
Oh, is that the one where the shark snatches the airplane out of the
I
sky?
think it is. I don't remember much about the movie,
Lord.
but I feel like my mom and I grew a little closer that night.
No doubt. I mean, how could you not?
Traumatic experiences tend to bring people together. It's proven by science.
A brief note about that honeycomb piece. In the N64 version, that's easy to miss because they massively increased the draw distance in this version, like the rate at which objects appear relative to where Banjo is. You can see a lot farther into the distance in this game, whereas in the N64 version you had to, like, swim out to it before, like, the graphic even appears. So that was kind of annoying.
And that's not even
If
the
you
most.
needed another reason to pick up the Xbox version, there you go.
Yeah, whenever I come to this world, I always have a real hard time finding one honeycomb piece, and I think it usually, like, kind of swaps around which piece it is.
See, I never forget
this
anymore
Spiral
'cause I
Mountain?
forgot them so many times. It's burned into my brain.
Spiral Mountain 2.
Spiral Mountain, the Squeakquel.
Follow the clues, as in just follow the arrow.
That is not the voice that I would expect for that treasure chest.
Yeah, that's very generous of them to be calling it a clue. Or no, not generous. What's the word I'm looking for? Strike that. Reverse it. The opposite of.
Ungenerous.
What are we even talking about? I don't know. There's a
Generalist.
I like.
And I flew to it because either way we were going to have to navigate this path twice, and I thought I might as well make it look different.
Since this is like the first true level of this game, I really like that they do make you check every corner for stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Ethan, you mentioned that that extra life in Spiral Mountain you get from, like, turning around.
Yeah.
That's actually not the only thing there. You can actually, later on in the game, and I unfortunately didn't capture this because I guess I just didn't have time for it, but you can go back into Banjo's house, and there's actually a puzzle minigame that will give you cheat codes that you can input on the floor of the sandcastle in this world that give Banjo, like, a giant head or, like, giant hands and feet, or the best one that turns him into a washing machine.
Yeah, I think
I believe the code is wishy-washy Banjo.
I think I knew about that. I didn't know about the extra life.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that puzzle minigame was even a thing in this until after I had beaten this game, like, 4 times and played Banjo-Tooie. Because the crazy thing is, in Banjo-Tooie, instead of just, like, putting the puzzle pieces into the picture, you have to, like, solve, like, a moving picture puzzle. And the minigame that they used for that is just the minigame from Banjo's house in this game that was like a secret. But to like most players, it probably felt new because they didn't find that in the first game.
Yeah, because you have to like go back into Banjo's house and then like use
you never think to do
You have to
that.
like stand on the rug and then use first person mode to look at the painting of, or the picture of bottles or whatever above the fireplace.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah. You don't just like
weird.
push B to select it. Yeah, yeah. They fixed the draw distance on everything except for that palm tree. Good job, Microsoft.
Okay, I know I said it before, but the sense of scale on this level is awesome. This is just a great level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how
I don't know what it is, but there's something so like inherently enjoyable in these games about just climbing to the top of a massive structure and looking down at the level.
Yeah. It's probably like even more apparent in this one because of the extra draw distance.
Yeah, because you can actually see it.
There's supposed to be
doesn't
a
just go
breakable
away.
door there, right? And it just like disappears if you go through the other. Exit, I
Maybe.
guess.
I don't know. It just gets stuck forever.
So that was
Yeah.
one of the Grunty's lair jiggies that
Yeah.
we just unlocked.
Which switch?
The Grunty switch.
No,
No,
it's
witch
called
switch.
a witch switch.
Because
Oh,
it's a witch.
That's not the first time you're gonna get me
It's
with
like a
that
who's
either.
on first situation.
Oh my god.
A
Hey, a
gamer
gamer pick. Ooh.
pick? Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Needless to say, those were not in the N64 version. I have not checked what that is. I don't know.
Well, you didn't set up your N64 gamer profile?
No, that's another funny thing. I borrowed this Xbox 360 from my buddy Mike, and I started recording this back in like January, and then I decided, I don't really want to play Banjo right now. I'd rather play Eco. So I recorded Eco, and then I came back to record this, and it had logged him out of his Xbox Live account. And I didn't know the password, and since with the state of the world the way it is right now, like I don't see him regularly. So I just made my own. I was like, I don't want to like wait for him, so I just made like a stock account with no internet connection.
So did you have to like?
I was like, thank God he already had the game, because
Yeah. I mean,
then we'd be looking at N64 resolution Banjo.
Oof. How much is this game on the shop? Isn't it like $20 right now?
15, I think, last I checked.
That's a good price. Like,
Although nowadays you'd probably be better served getting the rare replay version
Oh, yeah.
on Xbox One, and hopefully PC one day. A man can dream.
Well, I guess that's one good thing about Microsoft owning Rare now. You can actually play the old games
Yeah,
legally.
yeah. They released their legacy content.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what?
for less than $60 or $50.
yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I have some gripes with this port, which I'll get into at a later time. But at the very, if you kind of have to be thankful that they at least like made it HD and fixed the frame rate. Because like the similar thing Nintendo was doing at the time, even like into the Wii U era, where there's just like, here's some 480p N64 games with like no updated text or button prompts or anything. Hell, the
Yeah.
Virtual Console releases of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask don't even have Rumble.
Yeah.
And like those games have stuff in them that you can only find using Rumble or like prior knowledge of the
Yeah.
game. But you're supposed to use Rumble. And they were just like too lazy to patch it in. But like at least this one did, it has some flaws, but like at least they made like a nice like proper HD conversion of the game.
Isn't like I know in Majora, aren't there like a bunch more grottos that you have to find with Rumble?
Yeah, well actually I don't know if you have to use, I don't know.
So I know.
Funnily enough, in spite of that flaw, the version of Majora I've played the most times is
nice.
the Virtual Console version. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Nice.
And one more Mumbo token.
Gotta get all the tokens.
Hey, there's no
See what
Mumbo
I
in this
mean? You gotta-
world.
Yeah, you gotta poke into every little corner,
So
every crooked nanny, nook and cranny.
crooked me. Is Is there a surplus of Mumbo tokens in this game?
Oh yeah, there's way more than you need.
Okay. So
I mean, in the only situation where you need like exactly as many as there are in the level is like Mumbo's Mountain. But other than that,
Yeah.
God, that was probably meant for you to like go to a future level and come back, like once you find more tokens.
how are you supposed to get over there?
That's a good question, Mega Man.
Oh man, this crab is relentless.
Yeah,
Relentless crab.
he's got a taste for bear, I guess. Has anyone ever like eaten a bear? I mean, I'm not saying you should.
I've heard it's really gamey and kind of like chewy.
Yeah.
I've heard it's not good.
Hey, Chad, have you eaten a bear? Please post in the comments below.
I've had a bear claw. Does that count?
Close enough. Well, you are what you eat, as they say, and bears eat pretty much anything, so maybe that's the explanation.
I listened to some interviews about a guy who like survived in the Alaskan wilderness for like 5 years, and he said that you really have to be careful with bear meat because they're much more prone to parasites, like you said, because they will eat anything. So you really have to make sure you cook their meat really well.
Right.
But also,
And that's been your lesson on bear cooking for the day.
like,
Bears are much more prone to parasites because they go running around these like, just like gross witch layers, just like swamps and.
Meanwhile,
swim
Banjo's
around
just sitting here
sewers.
like, stop talking about eating bears.
Yeah, weird that we've got a game about a bear and a bird, and we're talking about eating the bear.
I mean, we all know what chicken tastes like.
Yeah, Kazooie, you're not exotic enough.
Yeah, that's
Bird
another.
is Kazooie anyway.
She actually, funny that you should ask that, Trey. Kazooie is what is known as a breagle, a fictional species of bird that is basically an orange seagull that says "Bree."
It also doesn't really look like a seagull at all.
But do you meet more of her later? Well, if you go to Jolly Roger Bay, it's a bagel.
It seems like the sort of thing where like an adoring fan at like Comic-Con or something was asking like Chris Sutherland or whatever, like, what kind of bird is Kazooie? He's like, I don't know, fucking breagle.
Regal.
She's like making shit up.
Like in Attack of the Clones when they were doing the CG Yoda for the first time and they're like, what color is Yoda's blood, George? I don't know, green.
He's green, so I guess it's green.
What?
We gotta know what color his blood is so we know what color to make his ears.
Actually, that kind of makes sense.
People who think about all the tiny little details, asking the director, who's just like, let's make him green because I like that color.
People just like obsessing over this, like writing articles upon articles.
Make him green so he
just
looks like
thought
a
of it.
little swamp man, like Shrek. I like Shrek. He's funny.
And speaking of green things, we talked to her a couple times already, but this is absolutely critical if you want to avoid a fiery fate late in the game. This is Gruntilda's sister Brentilda, who every time you encounter her will tell you 3 little bits of trivia about Gruntilda, which you will need to remember and know at the end of the game. So
And it is
pay attention.
randomized per playthrough.
Yes. Every time you play the game, it changes. So don't think you can ignore her if you've beaten the game already, because
Although
the game will punish you
fun
for that kind of
fact,
thinking.
speedrunners figured out that there is like, it's not totally random. There's like, it basically chooses between a number of different like sets of these answers. So that they
Oh, really?
yeah. So they made up this like, somebody made up this like spreadsheet of like the different answers and what sets they're in.
Yeah.
So like, you can talk to her a few times to get like some of the answers and then reference the sheet to see like, all right, so this, and this answer in this set, so it's probably going to use this set. So then you can skip talking to her for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
No kidding. Like, how many are there?
I don't know.
A
But it's
lot.
probably on like YouTube or online somewhere.
God bless speedrunners for saving,
God bless them.
spending time so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Speaking
thank
of
goodness.
time, we have ran out. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
we are.
I'm gonna take Joe's job and say see you later. So
Thanks, Ethan.
Bye,
It's a weight off my shoulders.